Hi guys, Miss Tiff is back again, and today we'll be making fried oyster mushrooms. We have two different types of mushrooms here. These right here are the king oyster mushrooms, and these are just the regular oysters. I prefer the king, personally. We kind of do them like a fake nugget, chicken nugget if you will. And these florets, they kind of put you in the mind of, I guess, chicken bites once they're done. But for this recipe, we're going to be using some seasoned salt, garlic powder, onion powder, some hot sauce, some Tony churro season, some mustard, and some ranch. Okay, so I have already wiped down my mushrooms. I just used a damp cloth for that. And I cut up some of the stem for one of the king oyster mushrooms already. I'm just going to show you real quick how I do it. I'll take this bottom part off because nobody wants that. That's going to be hard and it's not going to be good. For my recipe, I personally do not use the vegan ranch because I didn't have any, and I'm not vegan, so it doesn't bother me. But if you are vegan, you can totally use a vegan ranch. It's just really your preference. I cut these to like maybe a ½ an inch thick. It depends on however you want them. And then you cut them all the way down till you get to the cap. I also fry the caps too, so that's fine. If you do not want to fry the caps, you don't have to. You can break these up and make them into a stir fry. They're really good. They're a good substitute for chicken in stir fry. Now for the regular oyster mushrooms, I just kind of take that hard stem part off and I kind of leave it in this type of floret style. I like the way they cook. Because it actually kind of looks like a piece of chicken once it's done. But I prefer the king oysters. So I'm just going to make both just so you guys can see. Okay, so now that we have our mushrooms cut up, we'll go ahead and start placing them inside of the Ziploc bag. And in this bag, we're going to add all of our ingredients right to the bag, and I'm going to try and only let these soak for 30 minutes. Typically when I do this, I let it soak overnight, but I don't have that type of time, and I really been wanting some. I haven't had any in a while. For those of you that may not know, even though I make a lot of meat, I don't eat meat for like 5 days throughout the week because of my digestive issues and things like that. So, excuse me, this is kind of one of my go-to snacks. Here we go. We're going to add the ranch. And the reason why we do it like this is because it actually helps soften the mushrooms and it helps change the texture to give it more like a chicken nugget type of texture. We're going to add the mustard. Yep. And this recipe I actually got from a few vegan bloggers online. I think Pineapple Vegan is her name, the one whose recipe I kind of mimic a little bit more. But she used the vegan ranch, so she actually has a homemade vegan ranch. You can check her channel out if you want. She'll be making some really cool stuff. But that was just the garlic and onion powder and some seasoned salt, of course. And then I'm going to add some hot sauce. And I don't know if y'all saw me sneak the mustard in there, but hey. And then I'm going to add some Tony churros. Or however you say it. Tony churros. Whatever. Grammar police, do not kill me. You don't have to add as much. I just do because I like it. Oh. I'm gonna mix this up. Sorry, those Creole seasonings and that Tony churros. Woo. Almost took the sister out of there. So yeah, like I said, normally I will let these sit for like 30 minutes. I mean for overnight, but today I'm going to do for 30 minutes. And I'm gonna pray they come out as good as they do when I do overnight. I'll let you guys know at the end if I didn't quite like them. Because typically I'll do this the night before and then I'll let them sit. I'm missing something. What am I missing? I didn't put any black pepper on there. That's what I'm missing. See, I'm so busy trying to hurry up and eat, but I'm missing out on some key stuff. I ain't put no black pepper and I ain't put no paprika. You gotta have paprika for the color, ain't that right, y'all? Your fingers mess up too sometimes. I gotta open a fresh bottle of this. So yeah, this is something I'm just ripping up real quick. It doesn't take long at all. And if you already have this part done, then you could just go right to frying it. You close this back up. And you just mix it all around, mix it all around. I feel like I want to add just a tad bit more ranch to it. Because I like it to be kind of soaked really well. Just to make sure that they're softening up pretty good. Look at that. They look good already. I'm going to add just a little bit more ranch. So I say I use about a 1/4 cup of ranch altogether. And a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I know y'all might see that rack right there, but it's my little tripod. Hopefully I can edit it out. If not, oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna let these sit for about 30 minutes and then I'll show y'all the frying process. Okay, so while my grease is heating in the deep fryer, I'm gonna go ahead and season my flour, same as I did with the fish. And I'm pretty much just going to layer up the flavors that I used for the mushrooms already. A little bit of seasoning salt, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of onion powder. A little bit of Tony cherries. Get ready for the cough, it's coming. Maybe not, I'll lean back a little bit on that one. Some paprika and then some black pepper and parsley. Oh, and I forgot to mention before that since I am doing a quick marinade with this, I left the mushrooms out of the fridge because I like to fry my things at room temperature. To me, it just helps that crust get flakier. I mean, flaky but crispy is what I was looking for. We're just gonna mix that up. This is about maybe a little, like a cup of flour that I have in here. Maybe a little less. I'm just gonna mix all the seasonings up. Again, I always like to have my my flavors layered. Excuse me, y'all. I'm tired today, so I have a thick, lazy tongue. Don't judge me, okay? We all have our moments. Players mess up too, you know. Players mess up. So yeah, this is fine. And then I'm gonna give the mushrooms about maybe 15 more minutes, and then I'll go ahead and batter them up and get them ready for the fryer. Okay, so now the mushrooms have been soaking for about 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and batter them up. Just dredge them in the flour, the same as you would as if you were making chicken or fish. It's the same thing, same concept, see? See how that coating is kind of thick on there? That's what you like, right there. Give it that crisp. Then I'm gonna show you this one. And you want the flour to get in between and all over, so it's crispy all over on the outside, crispy and crunchy, so you want it to go in there too. Just shake off any excess. I'm just laying them on a dish. I'm going to take them down to my deep fryer and fry them up. I'm just going to continue doing this to get them all nicely coated. See, it can get a little messy. Look at that. Ew. It's okay. You can just wipe it off. It's okay. Okay, now we have them all battered up. They looking good already. I took a little bit too much of the stems off on the floret oyster mushroom because they kind of broke up. You guys won't see how it looks when they're really full. But I'll be back once I drop them in the fryer. Okay, so I checked our grease. It is ready to go. I'm gonna start dropping our mushrooms in. You see that you want them to start frying immediately, because as with anything, that helps get that crispy that's on the outside. You'll possibly let it get a little bit warmer, but I'm hungry, so guess what? I'm gonna have to wait. Oh, there we go. Took a little bit. I don't know why this side don't look like it want to cook that good. And you don't want to overcrowd the pan, because they'll steam more than actually fry. So you want to make sure you give everything some room to move around. That's enough for now. I'll be back in about 2 to 3 minutes when it's time to flip them over. Okay, so since I'm noticing that one side of my pan is actually heating up a little bit faster than the other, I'm just going to move them around. Now the thing with the mushrooms, you do not want to move them too much. They're a little bit different than what you would do with the chicken or fish, where you can check them a little bit more frequently. With this, you kind of want to let it sit so that crust at the bottom can get real crispy and golden. If you move it too much, you risk the flour and the batter coming off. You see like kind of how that one is. That's because the grease wasn't that hot on that side for some reason. I don't know. But it's all cooking evenly now. So let's let it sit a little bit more and then we'll flip it. Okay, so now that the frying has cooled down a bit, I think it's safe to flip one. Maybe. I think I can let it go just a little bit longer. Oh, yeah. I just pull that one up. But guess what? They're for me, so I'm going to eat them anyway. Yep, we just flip them all over. Give them a few more minutes and then we'll be ready to take them out. Okay, so these bad boys have been frying for a total of about 10 minutes. That one is a little bit darker, but hey. It's time to now take them out. But you just want that sizzle to cool down from the fry. That's the top. You see the top don't really have too much going on. It always does that for me. But I still eat it, so I still cook it. Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you this just so you can appreciate it a little bit. See that? Pretty. Pretty and golden. That one got a little bit darker because the end. See, some pieces of it gets a little darker because of the darker pigment in the mushroom, but it's okay. They still gonna get eaten. Okay, so I'm gonna take these last couple of mushrooms out, and then let's see. Hopefully this drop is better than the first one was. That first one was a little rough. I don't know if it's because I didn't soak them overnight, but let's see. If it happens again, then we know that that's it. Go ahead and drop that this next back in. I don't know, I guess they just don't want my food cravings to be great today. Okay, all types of technical difficulties. I was going to take y'all down to the deep fryer, but then that was giving me a problem. So that might be another thing too, because I normally fry these in my deep fryer instead of in the pan. But hey, let's see. Hopefully second time's the charm, eh? This is more than what I would normally put in the pan, but it don't make no sense to just let these little pieces hang out. Okay, let me give one a try. Let's take out what I think. The crunch is still totally there. The consistency is still there. I don't think it matters whether it was 30 minutes or the 24 hours. Well, yes. Yeah. The 24 hours are a little bit more softer. But the 30 minutes totally wasn't bad. I like it. So I'm going to keep y'all going with the second batch until I can see how it really supposed to be, because it seems like they're frying a lot better. My grease must not have been as hot as I thought it was. And I still munching. I'm telling y'all, this is a good table fat food. We're trying to be a little bit better. This is perfect for that. Yeah, I like the way these looking all better. These are looking a lot better already. I told y'all I keep messing up my words today. I am actually tired. I pulled a 10-hour shift today and then I came home to cook. Even though this is like slight work, it's just still the fact that I'm ready to sit down. But as we all know, a mother's job is never done. All we do is work, 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 work. Mommy gotta work, 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 work. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these. Yeah, there we go. That's what they're supposed to be. Y'all not gonna see the finish of that first plate. We're gonna keep that thing still. They still good though. They still look okay, but this is what I'm talking about. Right here. Yeah. There we go. And it totally don't take that long to make. I have not paused you guys or anything. This is a straight up real time frying right now. I don't know what happened to the first batch. Now, if I just wanted to be perfect, I could have edited this part out and just let y'all just see the second pan. And just make y'all think that the whole thing was just like magically delicious. But guess what? I'm not fake like that. I'm going to show y'all. Because what if y'all mess up at home? How you going to know to fix it? You're not. The only way you're going to know is if you show them how to. But you see what I mean about the florets, how they be looking like a piece of chicken? Now imagine if this was still full and fluffy like it's supposed to be. Because they just bloom and they be looking like a chicken thigh or something. And it was good when I was actually doing completely vegan for a while. Because I don't care. Like, chicken is my favorite. I be trying, like, if I could actually get over chicken, I probably could do completely plant-based. That's like pretty much the last food I'm holding on to. Chicken and eggs and cheese. Oh my gosh. But yeah. So when I was doing completely vegan, this was like my go-to substitute when I wanted some fried chicken. Okay, we're gonna get ready to take this out. Let me move this over here. Sorry for the clatter. My tongue falling up against the plate. Look at that. Golden brown and delicious. So as always, people, like, share, subscribe to my channel. Leave comments below. You guys are barely leaving comments now. Listen. Let your girl know what you feel. What you talking about? Tell me what's going on in your world. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so let them cool down and I'll show you guys the finished product. Be right back. Here you have it, guys. This is the final product. I just got it with a side of homemade seasoned fries. And I'm going to make a side salad to go with it before I eat it. Let me see. I don't have a floret piece on my plate, but oh well. You see? They're kind of crunchy and crispy, just like chicken nuggets. As always, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. Love you guys. Be blessed.